Hello. I've enjoyed reading all of your introductory posts on the discussion section of the Canvas site for English 106. In your posts, you shared more questions than concerns. So I want to take time to answer some of the most common questions for all of you. First, because this is an online class, there were questions about what forms the teaching and learning of the content will take. Included in this first category were questions about Zoom. As this online course is asynchronous, we will not be having any class sessions on Zoom. I will likely use Zoom to facilitate at least some of my office hours, though. Also included in this first category were questions about lectures for the class. I will be recording relatively short lectures for each chapter of our textbook, which I'll post in the modules section of this Canvas site. If there are any slides that accompany one of these mini lectures, they will also be posted. However, primarily, we will engage in the active co-construction of our knowledge about linguistics. On a practical level, that means I will post a set of questions about each chapter at the start of each week. You will be assigned to try to answer at least one of these questions, and to share that information from the textbook with your classmates on a discussion thread. Also included in this first category were questions about study guides for your quizzes and exams. The set of questions that I post at the start of each week is essentially your study guide for that quiz or exam you will take at the end of it. To answer another one of your questions, those assessments are designed to cover the full content of the chapter. They will not merely be random questions. Second, speaking of chapters and the textbook, there were questions about the book. Included in this category were questions such as, what is the textbook? What edition of it should you purchase? And when do you need it? Our textbook for this semester is A Concise Introduction to Linguistics by Bruce Rowe and Diane Levine. Either the 5th edition or the 4th edition of that textbook will work. Please be advised, though, that the numbering of the chapters is different in the 4th edition. And you do need that textbook as soon as possible. I can provide you and your classmates with a PDF of Chapter 1 next week, as some of you will understandably be waiting for your copy of it to arrive. However, that is the only chapter for which I can provide a PDF. Third, there are questions about, and obviously concerns about, the presentations you will share with your classmates at the end of the semester. To address a common concern, no, you will not share your presentation live on Zoom. You will simply record a short video of it to share with your classmates. But that assignment is still about 4 months away, so we will talk about it much more at a later date. Fourth, because this linguistics class is being taught through an English department, there are questions about whether the course content will only relate to the English language and whether you'll be allowed to use examples from other languages you speak. In terms of the course content, the textbook talks about not only English, but also many other languages. So in your written work, you are not only allowed to, but encouraged to share examples from other languages you speak. Fifth, there are questions about how quickly I will respond to emails you send me about class. From Monday through Friday, I will try my best to answer within 24 hours. Usually I will answer faster than that, basically as soon as I read your email. On weekends or on holidays, it will likely take me a little longer to respond. For those of you who, like me, are now working from home, I encourage you to also establish healthy work-life boundaries. Finally, would I describe my current look as an older, hairier, heavier version of Sheldon Cooper on The Big Bang Theory? That does come close. However, my true inspiration is actually Scott McCloud, the creator of Understanding Comics. Those were the questions in the introductory post that I thought you would all want to know the answers to. If you think of another question about English 106, please either email me at cgreen@cerritos.edu or send a message to my inbox on Canvas. Please also feel free to participate in my online office hours from 9 to 10 a.m. on Tuesdays or on Thursdays. So, until next time, bazinga!